YouTube channel about my SR20 build for my S14 Zenki. As of right now, this motor is completely built from the bottom to the top. It has brand new Wiseco pistons, Manley rods. It's been bored 20 over. In the head portion, I have all Brian Crower materials. I have Brian Crower valves, brand new bronze valve stems, 90-pound seat pressure springs from Brian Crower, and titanium retainers, as well as billet collets to lock the valves in. Also, I have BC cams that I'll be putting in today to show you guys. These are 264 cams, intake and exhaust, and hopefully get this video together so I can show you guys how to do it. So I lost one of my shims for my rocker arms, and I've been measuring them with a caliper to make sure that I have the right sizes, and I had to order one that was 3.15 instead of all of these being roughly 2.9 to 3 millimeters. So I've been sanding one down that I ordered to make sure that it fits. Alright, so I bought this little cheap $16 Pittsburgh caliper from Harbor Freight, and from what I can tell it's about 0.5 millimeters off, so it's not too bad because it's still within spec from the OEM manual. And this guide right here is 3 millimeters, so we have that one as 3, and it's mainly just wanting the pairs to match, the shim and the guide to match. This one is about 3.1. It's about 3 to 3.1. It's somewhere in between, so I need to take a little bit more material off. I've already taken about 1 millimeter off from where it started, 1.5 millimeters, and then I just have a rough, slightly rough, it's a 150 grit sandpaper, so it's not insanely rough, but it's just enough, and I just kind of rub it on the sandpaper, try to keep it even so that I don't make the surface uneven. This may not be exactly how to get this. It might be a little easy. That's not the exact way to do it, I'm sure, and there might be easier ways, but I'm limited on tools right now, and this is the easiest way for me to do it, and it should still be within spec and not be off at all, if by much. And I shouldn't throw any rocker arms, because SR20s are notorious. Obviously, I think everybody knows that by now. And what I'm doing now is taking a 320 grit sandpaper to it to kind of smooth out the surface so it's not as rough. And then I just come back over here again to my caliper, turn it on, make sure it's zeroed out, and then test it. So this one's still, it's reading actually right at 3 millimeters. And then, so what I do is leave it right where it was at, and then I go up with this one and test it, and it seems like this one's still just slightly in between 2.9 and 3. So this one probably needs to lose just a little bit more material. Alright, so I was able to get them very, very closely in millimeters to each other. So now I'm just going to put them back into the motor, hopefully without dropping them, because these little guys are expensive. So these were on the exhaust side, and this little guy goes there, and this one goes right here. I can get them to slide in there. There we go. So there, those are perfectly in there, and I'll put the rocker arm back in here in just a second. But what I'm actually going to do first is put a little bit of ATF right here, and that'll lube it for now, because I don't have any assembly lube to use. So I'll use a little bit of ATF just to have it lubricated for startup, and then from there, after I prime the oil system at startup, it'll lube it and it'll be just fine. It should be just fine. Alright, now that all the rocker arms are in and we're good to go to put the cams in, I'm just going to use a little bit of oil. This isn't what I'm using for startup, but since I'm short on assembly lube, I'm just going to use this for now because it'll make sure that these journals have plenty of lubrication during startup so you don't scorch the cams, which completely would ruin my brand new cams and I would not be happy. So be extremely gratuitous with laying it on, no big deal. We're gonna make sure they're all nice and lubed. I'll also do that to the cams whenever they're going in. I'll make sure all the lobes are all nice and lubricated and everything else, and the cam caps themselves are lubricated, and make sure there's a nice layer of oil on all of it so that they're not scorched and I don't waste any money.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to the BC cams tonight. It got dark before we were able to realize that we weren't going to meet with my friend to plan our trip to Panama next month, and we don't have good lighting in the garage, so I decided not to do the cams tonight. I will do them tomorrow, and I will definitely vlog that. I'll also be doing a car check video to show you guys my S14, so you guys are interested in that, hopefully. And if you guys want to see more content or more lengthy content, more detailed content, let me know. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. I'm new to this, and I'm not really sure in what direction to take the channel. I also play games as well. I have a gaming PC, PS4. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, if you couldn't tell from the plush in the background. I also am in the competitive scene for Pokemon as well through the DS game. And I'm actually going to Nationals in Indianapolis. If any of you guys see me there, that would be great. I plan on vlogging that adventure as well. Like I said, any feedback, guys, is completely welcome. Please let me know what you guys want to watch, because ultimately I'm doing this for people to want to watch it, and I'm open to any suggestions. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful day.